Okay. How to cope with anxiety. Take one. Right? Guys, please excuse, I'm just chilling around the house today, so I don't have, like, I got my pajamas on, and I'm chilling like a villain out to make a killing. Okay? So, I don't know if you guys have noticed yet, but this is the side of my bed, and I just sit here and talk to you guys. That's Nate's little toddler bed till anyone. And yeah, so I don't think it looks really messy in the background. That's my purse. That's my pile of clothes that I was about to fold. But I thought, let me come on here and talk to you guys first. And let's talk about how to deal with anxiety. And yeah, so that's what I was going to talk about with y'all. Well, I just kind of... So Neil called and is going to the doctor to get his drug screen and everything. Huh. Okay, hold on, Classy. I'll go back down there and do it again. This is my work computer. So, anyway. Michelle, I'm glad you came back. Okay, so y'all know I just sit here on the ground and I talk to you guys. So I was reading out of this mindfulness magazine, and so let's go ahead and pick it back up. So here we go. The more regularly you adopt daily mindfulness rituals, the more training your brain receives to focus on the present. So mindfulness rituals are focusing on the present. It's retraining our brain to not, because here's the thing, you guys, it's so easy to project, to think into the future, to think, oh, well, for us addicts, a lot of us will say, oh, I'll never make it 30 days. I'll never be able to stay sober 30 days. Or, you know, how am I ever going to find a job? Or, you know, if we are in legal trouble, I'll never get out of this legal trouble. And that's projecting on into the future. And part of mindfulness, or the whole point of mindfulness, is staying in the present. The only thing I have control over today is myself and my actions. Mindfulness is a skill that can be learned. So the more moments you practice, the more you'll naturally develop this ability. Over time, it will take less effort to do. So it's not that mindfulness is challenging in itself. It's remembering to do it that's often the trickiest part. There are many ways you can create more mindful moments and seamlessly integrate them into your current schedule. Whether you're getting the kids ready for school, sipping a latte, sprinting between meetings, or driving home after a long day of work, there's always a way that you can focus on bringing yourself back into the present. The following pages are full of practical tips and easy techniques to bring more mindfulness moments. Okay, so here we go. At breakfast time, use your senses. So here, I'm going to read this. This is good stuff. Your senses are your window to the world, yet they remain in a state of suppression when your attention wanders elsewhere. Have you ever noticed how you don't take in as many cues? You don't hear or see or sense much of anything when you're lost in your world of thoughts. You couldn't tell if the coffee was good or if the cereal was soggy because you were staring out the window, distantly daydreaming about a luxury beach vacation. Breakfast is a great time to connect with your senses and start your day with a mindful moment. Tune into the sounds of the radio and the crunching of the toast, the warmth of the coffee, and the aroma of the beans. The flavors and textures of the toast and the tiny crumb trail it leaves along the kitchen counter. Try turning your attention off autopilot and guide it directly to where you are at. What can you hear, taste, smell, see, and touch? Pay attention and notice the richness of the full experience. Awakening your senses will help you to immediately experience the beauty of the present moment in all of its glory. At 10:30 a.m., coffee break. A moment of awe. For some, the mid-morning break is prime time for grabbing a coffee. Others prefer to spend those moments scrolling through the latest stream of social media. But what if this time was reserved for noticing the world from a fresh perspective, by inducing a momentary sense of awe? While awe is most commonly associated with natural wonders, such as standing atop a mountain and appreciating the view, you don't necessarily need to leave the urban jungle. Small moments of awe can be cultivated day by day. Simply look for the beauty in the ordinary. On your way to get a coffee, take more notice of your surroundings. Look up at the skyline, the patterns of the clouds, the colors in the sky. Look for the breeze floating gently through leaves and scarves. Intentionally subscribe to sources of inspiration and beauty so that when you're scrolling on your phone, you're regularly soothed by the tranquility of a coastal scene, impressed by the talent of an artist or designer, or inspired by the colors of the stunning sunset. Afternoon, set a reminder. In many different traditions, bells are used as reminders to gently bring you back into the present. While the intermittent pings, pops, and buzzes of a phone can be highly distracting, setting up a simple reminder bell on your phone is a smart and effective way to interrupt yourself mid-flow, whatever you're doing, and bring your attention back into the present moment. Think of it as the right kind of digital distraction. So setting like a alarm that says, hey, like just maybe every 3 hours or so, or every 2 hours, or every hour, just a alarm that goes off, and when you hear that alarm go off, you know, okay, I need to bring myself back into the present and focus on what I can do today, what I can change in myself today. You know, how can I focus on the present? And I'm telling you guys, like, projecting ourselves into the future and worrying and thinking about what we can't do and what we need to do, it's stressful, and that creates anxiety. Okay, especially if you're a mom. If you're a mom and you have kids and you're like constantly thinking of all the things you have to do, instead of just making a list and checking them off as you go, we will sit there and we'll go over and over and over it in our mind. You know, take action, do the things, check them off as you go, but don't let those things turn into anxiety because you're stressed out about needing to do them. Find an anchor. The commute home can be dull, especially after a long day sitting at your desk, but it doesn't necessarily need to be a boring experience. You can use this time to practice the art of presence using fun anchors. In meditation practice, anchors such as the breath and the body are used to return your attention to where it needs to be. Oh, okay. The most commonly used one is the breath. So focusing on your breath, given its constant presence. The idea is to use an anchor to overcome the distractions of the mind, as opposed to getting lost in thoughts about the past or the concerns of the future. Focusing on the anchor guides you back when your mind wanders off. So focusing on your breath or on your body or on your muscles or like feeling it, you know what I mean? It's a simple yet effective concept used by novice and seasoned meditators alike. Try using certain things you see or hear on your way home as cues to bring you back into a more mindful state. You might want to pick a visual anchor. Every time you see a specific color or item of clothing at every red traffic light at a specific location you stop at every day. Or you may prefer audible cues when you hear the turn signal clicking, a subway announcement, the doors closing on the train. Find the anchor that best suits you and your journey. So the anchor is something that we focus on that brings us back into the present. Say we're driving and we're thinking of all the things that we need to do and blah, 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 and we anchor ourselves. That's what we anchor ourselves. Okay, I'm going to bring myself, you know, let me focus on my breathing. You know, let me focus on the clicking sound of like they were saying. Sorry. Oh, you're fine. Before bed, go slow. By the end of the day, your body and mind naturally start to unwind and go slower. Mindfulness is all about paying attention to the moment, and before bed can be a good time to practice presence as you slow things down. The trick here is to do less with more intention. Let the techniques of the day naturally and subconsciously feed into your bedtime routine as you mindfully move through the evening. Soak in the bath and use your senses. Look for inspiration as you sneak in one last scroll on your phone. Brush your teeth with bodily awareness. Use reminders in your home to bring you back to the moment. Practice presence as you kiss your loved ones goodnight. Keep calm and head off to bed. Oh, I like that. So we can all practice mindfulness, you know, in our daily life. And that really, really does help to deal with triggers, to deal with anxiety, to deal with stress. Everybody struggles, you guys, with some sort of anxiety. It might not be as hit the like. There are all kinds of different ways that we can, you know, practice mindfulness and be present, you guys. You know what I mean? Like, and I never thought about it before. Like, I never realized, like, that I could help my situation through just practicing being present, you know. But through getting sober, it's changed my life because now I am truly able to be present, you know. And Michelle, I know that it's a struggle for you right now. I know you're going through it, and you can do this. Don't let the hustle and bustle of your day and all the things you need to take care of as a mom, don't let those things weigh heavy on you and overwhelm you. You can only do what you can do, you know? So you just focus on being the best mom and the best woman you can be to your husband, and focus on staying sober. And I promise you, everything will fall into place, you know? I've been there. It's difficult, you know, life's not easy. And the feelings we have in our, like we think in our minds, and we have, you know, disparaging thoughts, and we think negatively, and that's not going to help. You know, we've got to stay on, we got to stay positive, you guys. Got to stay positive, uplifting, and helping each other. I wanted to read that to you guys. I'm going to get off here and go take a shower, and then I got to go pick up Nate. And I'll see you guys back here at 6 o'clock.